my ridiculously unnecessary, originally holiday book haul that turned into just a giant book haul. Good morning, everyone. I am currently in town running some errands. I had to get an oil change, which is already checked off the list, thank goodness. I really needed to get it done. And I have to get some things for the library. I am hosting sort of a crafting event, so I had to get some supplies for that. So I thought that maybe we could do some impromptu Christmas book shopping. First, I wanted to try and thrift the books and, you know, see if we can snag some good ones that way. And then if not, I have to swing by Walmart on the way out of town. So if all else fails, we'll find one or two there. Currently, I am at Goodwill. They are just about to open, and I'll check back with you soon. Not summer related, but I enjoyed this book. Do I want to own it? That is the least number of books I've ever seen at that Goodwill, ever. Sometimes that place is hit or miss. Sometimes they have absolutely nothing, and sometimes you get so many books. I remember one time I went there and it hit so hard, but not so much today, but that's okay. We still have a few more places we can go check first. So I'll see you there. This next place I'm going to is called Books to Share. It's literally one of my favorite places in the entire world. One of my favorite places to thrift books. So let's go inside. Hello, good morning. I know it looks like I am literally only spending any time in my vehicle. I promise I'm not. I actually just got done at Starbucks. I haven't been there in like a month or so, so I just sat down and did a bunch of work for school, and I only have one assignment left this semester, so I'm so excited. I got a lot done, and I did a little bit of reading for another vlog that will hopefully be up soon, so that was really nice. I actually like really hit the jackpot at Books to Share, both for Christmas books and for non-Christmas books, which I was not anticipating buying, but you know when you just see it, it's like, oh, am I ever gonna find it at another resale store? Am I ever gonna be able to thrift this book again? I don't know, you don't know, so I just grabbed it. Haul to come at the end, so stay tuned. But I still need to go to Walmart for a few things, so I think I'm just gonna look in their book section anyway. So what happens when I have like a little extra income and I've already saved and I've already paid bills, so like of course I need to spend it on books. Oh, and I've already bought most of my presents this year, so we're doing okay. So now it's presents for me time, right? That's what that means? Okay, I'm ridiculous. I'll see you in a bit. I'm getting a little sidetracked. I'm seeing some great options. We have Chloe Lissay's re-release of the Bergman Brothers series. So over here is where the Christmas options come in. Okay, this looks really cute, but it's more like a New Year's book, which I have been looking for. I might have to try this. also not Christmas, but like, look at this cover. How cute is that? I love his tattoos. Stop! I saw this cover reveal and I think it went viral. I think one of them's a librarian. I might have to get that. Look at this adorable art. Christmas at Corgi Cove. Hello again, friends. It is much later. Oh my gosh. It is much later. Much later. And I have a haul for you guys. Yikes. Since this was supposed to be a holiday book shopping vlog, I'm going to start with the holiday books that I did pick up, and then we'll move on to the books that were not holiday themed, that I was too weak to ignore and not purchase. Okay, let's start. First things first, we have the Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. I have seen this all over the place and I have been kind of waffling around about it, but since I saw it at the resale bookstore, I decided why not give it a chance for like $4 or $5. From what I understand about this book, these two are sisters, possibly twins. They're both into baking and they're just kind of at a stalemate in their life. I believe one of them is trying to set up her reality baking show, and then the other one is trying to hold together her own bakery kind of in a smaller town, and they decide to swap. I also believe it's a romance. Looks cute. There's baking involved. Sounds like it's gonna be cozy. Then we have The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. I've read a few of Lucy Score's books and really enjoyed them, so I'm interested to try this one out. I believe that this one has to do with a lady who also does reality TV, but I don't know if she physically does the work or she plans the work, where she goes in to kind of destroyed cities from natural disasters and fixes them up. And so she fixed up this one town or this one house after something destroyed it, and then something destroys it again. And so she goes back into the town. Had kind of a bad experience. Not so cute with a man who kind of helps run the town, and so they're meeting again when she's going back to help again. So kind of the contemporary romance version of enemies to lovers. I feel like we need to find a new trope name for that, because I imagine like two people sword fighting or like fighting to the death, but that's not the case with contemporary romance. Is that extreme of me? Next we have Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. I've seen this all over social media lately. We know it's gonna be a fun, steamy little Christmas romp because Tessa Bailey and her steamy romps. From what I understand, these two main characters are both children of musicians who once upon a time were rock stars. They retired, and now some sort of, I think, filming company. Dude, what is with all the filming? I guess the Hallmark theme is going on. They want the kids to convince the moms to come back and do like one last reunion show or something like that. But apparently they're also kind of rivals, or they don't get along. Also a not so meet cute. I'm seeing a trend here. Next we have Happily This Christmas by Susan Mallory. I haven't read any of Susan Mallory's books, but I see her name everywhere. From what I understand, we have Wynn, who has a crush on her next door neighbor. And so she's trying to kind of get up the guts to, I guess, ask him out. And then apparently he needs her help because his daughter, his pregnant daughter, is coming home for Christmas for the first time in a really long time. They're not very close anymore, but he kind of wants to convince her to stay in the area, and his home needs a woman's touch. So he asks Wynn to help him, and I guess things get cozy from there. Next we have The Santa Suit by Mary Kay Andrews. From what I understand, this lady purchases kind of a rundown home in the middle of the country. She's renovating it, putting a lot of hard work into it, and finds this Santa suit. And in the Santa suit there is a letter, maybe a love letter or something, and so she's trying to find the author of this letter and see if, you know, he got reunited with his love or not, or what happened to them. And it just sounded really cute, and it looks short and sweet. Oh my goodness, we had one that got stuck behind my back, and that is The Second Chance Year by Melissa Weisner. This is actually her debut week, so congrats, Melissa. This is a New Year's book / romance. Sadie's life is full on imploding. It is falling apart. When a fortune teller offers her one wish, Sadie jumps on the chance, knowing it's not real, but you know, it's a nice thought, right? So that night, she takes a chance and she kisses her brother's best friend, Jacob. But then she wakes up the next morning and it's January 1st of the last year. So she gets one more year to relive her past year. She gets to kind of see things in 2020. You know, in hindsight, she sees some of the red flags. But most of all, she keeps thinking about that kiss with her brother's best friend. Suddenly, Sadie begins to wonder if her only mistake was wishing for a second chance. Cute! And I have been looking for more New Year's romances as well, so I'm very excited to give this a try. We like that whole like wipe the slate clean thing. I love the little chapter headers, the cute little fireworks. Can you see those? These are the 6 holiday romances that I found. 3 of them are thrifted and 3 of them are new, and you would think that I would stop at that, but I don't. So let me show you the other books that are not holiday related. First we have Pride and Puppies. This looked so cute when I read the first page, and I think I'm gonna enjoy the writing style. I'm assuming it's a Pride and Prejudice kind of remix, but it's modern day and has to do with dogs. I guess this one lady is maybe having a little bit of trouble with her dog, and he is a dog trainer and is kind of like giving her tips and stuff like that. I think she's kind of starting to fall in love with him, but he's maybe moving abroad. Something to do with friends to lovers. It says, just as Charlotte is trying to untangle what she truly wants, George announces he's contemplating a cross-country move. Suddenly, Charlotte wonders if she's kept her soulmate in the friend zone so long that she's entirely missed her chance at a happily ever after. I love Pride and Prejudice and I love dogs, so like the two combined. An obvious yes. The next few books are actually some Jodie Thomas books. As I've mentioned, I think several times on this channel in the past few months, Jodie Thomas is doing an event at my local library. I will be there, and she will be signing books and stuff like that. I've only read a few of her books, but I have not read these, and they were in pretty decent shape, so I thought that I would bring them and have her sign them. I also plan on buying some of her books there. So we have Strawberry Lane, Sunday at the Sunflower Inn, and Picnic in Someday Valley. I just love this cover. That one's so cute. Next we have One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle. Now I've already read this book. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4-star read. While the writing is pretty simple, it's so atmospheric, and I love how the book ended. It's a very summery read. I just want to go to Italy so badly, and I thought it would be nice to have on my shelves. It is a little more loved than I normally like, but I think if I take maybe some alcohol swabs to it, I can clean it up a little bit, and it was only $3. Next we have Normal People by Sally Rooney. I have already read this, and I swear to goodness gracious that I packed this whenever I sent stuff home from South Korea. Because if you're new here, I lived and taught English in South Korea for 3 years, and at the top of 2022 I moved back to the US, and I swear I packed this book, and there were a few other books that I swear I packed, but I do not remember them making it. I wonder, because they had to cut open my boxes and inspect them, I would not be surprised if things fell out because they were packed pretty tightly and pretty carefully. So if they went in there and they rifled through, something fell out, they couldn't fit it in again, they probably didn't care about it. I swear. And there was like a recipe book I remember my friend got me that was so cute and I wanted it so badly, and she got it for me. I was so excited, and it didn't make it home. Anyway, I digress. Normal People was one of those books, one of my favorite reads from 2022. So I got it for a couple of dollars. I thrifted it, and I'm glad to have it back on my shelves. I would love to annotate this. This is a thinker. Not the easiest of reads, but I really enjoyed it. Also, I'm going to be talking about it in a video in the near future, where the stacks are over here. Oh, shoot. Okay, next. I definitely did not need these, but I saw these and I said, why not? First we have Only When It's Us by Chloe Lissay. I believe that a few days ago was the re-release date with the new covers. So stinking cute. I loved Two Wrongs Make a Right. I have Better Hate Than Never. A lot of my friends that I trust their reading recommendations love Chloe Lissay. I saw her in person and I thought she was so well spoken. I want to read more of her stuff and I want to support her. She was originally an indie author and now she's a traditionally published author. Like, all the things. I just want to support her and I know I'll enjoy this. So this is the first book in the Bergman Brothers series. Y'all, I'm finally committing. I have wanted to read this series for forever, but I've been so hesitant because a lot of people I hear don't love the first book of Caraval. Either they love it or they really don't love it, but then they continue and they enjoy the rest of the series. So I'm really intrigued to see how I feel about the first book in Caraval, but I really want to read this, and I really want to read A Curse for True Love or something like that. The spin-off series from this I hear is excellent. So yeah, I got this for like $8. I think that's such a great deal. Okay, my friends, almost done. So at my favorite little bookstore called Books to Share, if you spend so much money, you get books off of what they call a windfall table. So they just kind of add books there randomly, some books that aren't so popular. I don't know, the lady there said that she just kind of mixes it up and throws random books in there whenever she gets the chance. So I got to choose 3 books from that table this time and I hit the jackpot. First we have The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks. Can I tell you, I would not mind reading Nicholas Sparks books, but I don't want them in hardback. So when I saw this in the mass market paperbacks, which is like kind of my favorite because they just fit in my hand so nicely, I snagged it. And that is The Longest Ride, which I have been wanting to read. I have seen the movie and I enjoyed it, so I would really like to read the book and see how I feel about it. It's about cowboys. I'm here for it. Okay, another free book from that windfall table, The Bees by Laline Paul. This book, first off, I love the little cutouts of the bees. This book is written in the perspective of a bee. Flora 717 is a sanitation worker, a member of the lowest caste in her orchard hive, where work and sacrifice are the highest virtues and worship of the beloved queen the only religion. So it talks about her job as this sanitation worker and the caste of the other bees. But Flora is not like other bees. There are circumstances threatening the hive's survival, and she is very curious. She also wants to discover the queen's inner sanctum and find out the mysteries of how the hive works. And when she does that, she breaks the most sacred law of the bees, and that's like obedience. I just thought the concept of this book was really fascinating. I'm very excited to read this. This is like kind of an off-the-cuff book, but I'm excited to try this out. Okay, last book and another freebie, and that is No One Is Talking About This by Patricia Lockwood. I remember hearing Jack Edwards talk about this. I can't even remember exactly what it's about. A woman known for her viral social media posts travels the world speaking to her adoring fans. Her entire existence overwhelmed by the internet, or what she terms the portal. Are we in hell? The people of the portal ask themselves. Are we all just going to keep doing this until we die? Irreverent and sincere, poignant and delightfully profane, No One Is Talking About This is at once a love letter to the infinite scroll and a meditation on love, language, and human connection. Not something I would originally go for, but I'm excited to give it a try eventually. It looks like it's pretty spaced out, so it looks like it could be a pretty quick read. Okay, my friends, that was my ridiculously unnecessary, originally holiday book haul that turned into just a giant book haul. Thanks for following along with me. I hope you're doing well whenever and wherever you're watching this. I hope you're enjoying BOOKMAS thus far. It's been a challenge, but it's been really fun being able to film and fulfill all of these creative ideas I have for BookTube. So I'm having a really good time. I'm tired and just full of chaotic energy, but that's okay. I think that's the holidays in general. Why not add 25 videos on top of that? I'm gonna go sleep now. And I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone. I really have a problem, and I say that every time, and I continue to feed the problem, and I'm not really gonna do anything about it.